This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 114 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's topic is sponsored by the Horse Radio Network. Enjoy today's tip. Hi, Glenn the Geek back with you from Lexington, Kentucky, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. Today we have Jessica Phoenix back with us. She's done a number of tips, and she's just a sweetheart. We love having her on the show. She qualified for the Canadian eventing team in 2008 for the Olympics and is one of the up-and-coming stars of the Canadian eventing. She's also our spotlight eventer on the 2010 radio show. So we're following her for her attempt to make it to the World Equestrian Games. You can follow that show at 2010radioshow.com. Well, we also have been getting a lot more emails lately about the quality programming we have on the Horse Radio Network with all of the various shows. Many people are asking us what they can do to help the Horse Radio Network grow and expand the range of programming we have even further. There are three things that you can really do to help. The first is keep listening every week, and in this case, every day, and subscribe through iTunes or Zune. That really does help our numbers go up, and the sponsors like that. The second is to support our sponsors and write them emails and tell them thanks for supporting the shows. When you place your order, put on there that you heard about them from the Horse Radio Network or for whatever show you're listening to. That would be great, and it would help support us in many ways. And the newest way you can help support us is through Amazon. The next time you need to get something, anything, through Amazon, just stop by our website at horsetipdaily.com and click on the Amazon banner in the middle of the page. Amazon gives us a percentage back for anything you buy, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Really, all it costs you is a couple of clicks to come to our website and then click the banner before you buy anything at Amazon. It's that simple. You were going to buy it anyway, and by coming to horsetipdaily.com first, you can help support the Horse Radio Network. We thank you for listening and supporting our programming. Let's welcome eventer Jessica Phoenix on the line. Well, hi, Jessica. Welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. We appreciate you being on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You know, it's always fun speaking with you. We always get off on tangents, though, but I do that with a lot of the experts that we have on the show because, you know what? I learn more and I have more fun doing this. It's just so much fun to talk to really cool horse people.
For sure. I agree.
So what do we want to talk about today?
What I want to talk about today is coming down towards the end of your competitive season. I always think it's such a great idea just to be able to give your horse a little bit of downtime. Just because we work so hard during the year with them and they have a lot of pressure on them, and traveling across the country. And I think it's great that after their competitive season is over that they can come home and just have a little bit of downtime.
And you, when you talk about downtime, are you talking about not riding them at all, or are you talking about just occasional trail rides, or what do you do as far as downtime and how long?
Yeah, you know what I like to do is when I get home, I like to pull their shoes and just give their feet time to regrow, and not have the stress of having to work every single day on them. And I also like to just hack them out. So I'll probably give them 2 or 3 weeks off where they're just brushed and turned out, and they can just feel like a horse again. And then I like to get on them and start hacking them and putting them back into light, flat work. But it's so much fun, and each horse is so different. Some of them only like to have 2 weeks off where they can be a horse, and then they start coming down to the gate every time you're at the barn, and they want to be ridden again.
You know, it's funny because the critics of us horse people say, we're cruel to the horses because they really don't want to be ridden. It's like there's many animals, dogs especially. There's many breeds of dogs that they just want to have a job. They
Absolutely.
need a job to occupy their
Yes.
minds, and horses are much that way.
They are completely the same. And they're just like us. Like, we always need a little vacation, and when you come back from your vacation, you're completely refreshed and you're ready to work again. And I think the horses are the same way, and I think it's nice just to give them that time and let them tell you when they're ready to come back into work. And I think it's so good for their bodies as well as their mind just to have that time to relax and not be pressured and pushed. And just come back so much better, and they're so much more willing.
Well, I wanted to ask you now, as far as your winter is concerned, we've been eventers have a situation where you get so fit during the year from riding all the horses that you do, and then you come into winter and you're not riding as much as you do. Do you then go to the gym? Do you work out? What do you do to stay fit then over the winter?
Well, even though I'm not competing, I'm still doing about 18 horses a day right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not in 3 feet of snow yet either.
I personally don't get the downtime.
Oh, so
but it's important to give your horse downtime.
So what you're saying, Jessica, is you don't go work out at all. There's no...
Right. I'm too tired at the end of the day.
All right, well, that answers that question. And then you do head to Florida, don't you, over the winter at some point?
Yeah, we head down to Florida the beginning of January.
And does hubby come along for that one?
You know what? Hubby always comes and drives down with me, and then he has he gets dairy cattle ready for cow shows, and the Florida State Fair has a big cow show in February.
Oh, that's one of the most fun state fairs, too.
Yeah, and it's huge.
It's huge. You're right.
It's fantastic. It's a great state fair.
And it's still like, there's a lot of state fairs now. We went to the Kentucky State Fair, and we didn't see an animal the whole time we were there. It's a Kentucky, So, but Florida, they still do the cows and the chickens and the goats and the pigs and the, Pennsylvania State Fair is that way too.
Wow.
So, it's just, it's sad to go to a state fair and not see any animals.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Jess, give your horse some downtime. They need it at the end of the season.
For sure.
All right, thanks. And people can find you where?
At jessicaphoenix.ca.
And you have a great website, too.
Thanks, Glenn.
All right, thanks, Jess. Talk to you again soon.
Okay.
Well, thanks again to Jessica for joining us. I'm sure she's enjoying the warm weather of Florida right now, which is sounds like a lot of fun to me. Well, we do have an email for you today. This email comes from Kristen in Wisconsin. She says, I started listening in on the show recently after receiving my iTouch for Christmas. They're very nice. Kristen, you're going to love your iTouch. After listening to about 10 shows, I noticed there wasn't much Western on the show. I was wondering if you could do a show on Western pleasure tips for showing, or any other Western discipline would be very appreciated. Awesome show, by the way. Well, thank you, Kristen, and we are taking a look at getting more experts on the show that have a Western leaning. We're working on that now, so I think you're going to find in 2010 there'll be more Western on the show. We do have some now. We have a couple of experts that you'll find on there that are Western in nature. And also, we do have a lot of tips, obviously, that go English or Western, the health ones and photography and things like that can apply to anything. So we are working on that, and that was a great suggestion, and we appreciate your email. You can drop me an email, too, at Glenn with 2 N's at horseradionetwork.com. We want to hear from you. And don't forget to stop by our website at horsetipdaily.com for the show notes with all the links to all the experts. You can hear all of Jessica's tips all in one place by just following the links on the left-hand side of the page. And don't forget to check out all the other great shows on the Horse Radio Network at horseradionetwork.com. Well, remember, we have one more show this week, and then we'll be off until the new year. So I will be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.